It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. How are you guys on this amazing afternoon of Tuesday? All right, so we have been following the recent meltdown and erratic behavior of Aaron Carter, who is a former teen heartthrob person. He sold a bunch of records. He had 2 albums when he was younger. He is the younger brother of Nick Carter of Backstreet Boys fame. He is in the middle of what appears to be a breakdown of sorts. And a lot of people have been questioning what is going on. Now, on the one end, you have people that are fans of Aaron Carter, that literally believe everything that has come out of this man's mouth in the past several months. Over the course of several months, he has made claims of being the biggest superstar in the world, claims against family members, claims of being super rich, buying an island, buying a house in Canada, discussions about things his sister did to him, discussions about all these music things that he's doing. He has driven all the way to Florida to pick up his mother. He says he claims he's the only person that cares for his mother. He has been to that hospital and has said he has cancer. Let's just say he's started a GoFundMe. He's had 2 of his siblings have received restraining orders against him, his twin sister Angel and his brother Nick, because he made threats to them. He has been on a trajectory since about July or August where many people have been worried about him. His sister-in-law, Lauren, Nick's sister, has spoken out about him. His sister, BJ, yesterday or a couple days ago, spoke out about him. And notwithstanding all of these allegations, at the root of this, something is happening, right? This is not the typical Aaron Carter that many people have known over the years. He has not been erratically on live on Instagram, documenting every single moment of his life. He has appeared to be up all night, not sleeping, at times as though he's going through periods where he is hallucinating or having some sort of delirium. And his ex-girlfriend, Lina, who he dated for over a year, she took to Instagram last week to share with everyone what is actually going on behind the scenes that you guys don't know about. If you remember, these 2 broke up, and that's kind of what catapulted this whole thing, and they split in August. With the split, he starts getting more and more and more erratic. He accuses her of DV. He takes out a restraining order against her, which he later drops, doesn't show up in court. He accuses her of trying to stab him, which she flatly denies. He doesn't show up in court. The judge tosses the TRO. But then since then, his brother has obtained one, his sister has obtained one, and he has been told by the court that he must surrender all of his firearms. He has been purchasing stockpiles of weapons in the past several months. And it has many people wondering, what is he doing? There's been questions about drugs, alcohol, mental health. Lina, who I just spoke to, is setting the record straight and had told me that she was been very cautious about actually speaking out because she doesn't want to get in the middle of this, but she does believe that people have a right to know about what's going on, and more importantly, that what you're seeing right now is not an entertainment. It's not actually funny. It's a man that she alleges is in the throes of a serious addiction to Xanax. So on Instagram, she shared this. Love, let me tell you about love. Have you ever loved an addict so much that you would flush drugs down the toilet knowing that this might be it, risking everything, your safety, your relationship? But love makes you strong, and love makes you not afraid to stand up to your loved one's monster that has taken over him. I've taken that risk over and over and over again with my whole shaking 5'0", 95-pound, little terrified self, facing the roaring addiction like a little girl in a fairy tale, just trying to fight the monster so that he would spit your Prince Charming back out. That's love. You care about him, then stand the F up and let's to what's left of him and beg for him to get help and return to his healthy self. interesting. Hold on a second. And then she wrote, how's that for the truth? Please let it be a holiday miracle and find the strength within yourself to stand up to what you're suffering from. The only lion in the situation is your addiction. Don't let it be. Please take back control and be the lion that you claim to be, and promise you will be blown away by how many hundreds of people will cheer you on and admire you. Successful people and incredible people, not a handful of imbeciles that refer to them as LMG. Then she shared a list of screenshots between her and Aaron. Lina has given me permission to share these on this channel because she made these public, and she said, and it says, so the blue is Lina and the black would be Aaron. It says, I'm devastated. Don't be. I'm completely devastated that 3 months is all that you were able to get through. You're doing so good, so strong. And then he says, I love you. It's fine. Don't be selfish. I have to do what's best for Aaron, not what my girlfriend and my twin sister thinks. I'm a grown, successful man. But now that this addiction is going to swallow you again. No, it's not addiction. So you are calling me an addict? I'm going to sleep. I'm just getting very upset. You're extremely selfish. Yes, don't write very helpful for me. Yes. You yourself said that you know how effed up it would make you feel, and that the truth is that you just like feeling high on it. You've said it. You've said that that's why you would make up any reason. In the book to take it. That's not true, he says. And now it's happening. Stop throwing things in my face. I said to make myself feel better because I was giving an ultimatum. You don't know what what would have happened after our break, and I continued taking it. It turned you into a monster. There was not a day where you were okay on that awful medication, not one day. And then he responded, I love you, I do. They will prescribe you Xanax because you want Xanax, Aaron, but you want to have respect. But you have to have respect. You are slipping back into it. No, I'm suffering. What I was fearing of. All you care about is your feelings. Right now, not mine. Good night. But you said you would never have to deal with this again. I have to take care of me. You're not in my shoes. You held my hands and told me I'll never have to deal with it again, and now you're giving up. We didn't climb to 3 months of sobriety just to tear it all down again. But I'm suffering, and I'm not happy, and I have no drive, and my anxiety is running everything through me. And she responded, I understand that, and I told you at home that if that's the case, we can go see a doctor. But you say that yet you won't take vitamins or do anything to actually help yourself fix it. It seems to me like you want to cover it up and not fix it. And for someone that is in love with you, it's hard to hear. So be understanding. If you want to fix your anxiety and stress, do the right thing. Fix it. Start eating healthy, start working out, start taking vitamins, go to therapy. I'll go to therapy with you, to be honest, with your doctor. We are in our 30s, Aaron. Next chapter is being father and having kids, a whole new world. And she continued with, you have more than half of a life ahead of you. There will be so many situations that will be so hard to handle, that are nearly impossible for a human being to cope with, but we're all built to cope with it. And you know that makes those situations easier to go through. A loved one, someone who loves you to death, Aaron, not a pill. Every single time you go on tour, you hang out with your Yes crew, this happens. It never happens when you're with Corey or Angel or me or any of the friends that you have that are successful. You are above that. You blow all these people out of the water. You have a house and a career and a girlfriend. So basically they just keep going on and on about how every single time you go on tour, Xanax becomes an issue. Third time is a charm, right? Now at least we both know it's not us. I can at least walk away this time and know that I've tried and I've seen this beautiful man being sober for 3 months and his progress that shined through him and made everyone so proud of him that everyone noticed right away, and knowing that was never our problems or lack of chemistry. And that 3 months was the worst months I've experienced in years. And then as she pressed more and more, he said that they don't need to talk. So that's what she shared with me that's what she shared publicly on her Instagram. So after I saw these, one of my subscribers actually reached out to me and sent me these screenshots. I then reached out to Lina and asked her, because I couldn't verify if they were true. She said, yes, these are true. And then she told me that she shared a couple of things with me. And she said that right before he relapsed. He had been clean for 3 months. She says that he relapsed in July of 2019. She said that prior to that, he had been clean for 3 months and completely off Xanax. She said that when he's on Xanax, he's a completely different person. So here's what she said to me. Everything you see Aaron do in the last 4 months is the complete opposite of who he is sober. Sober Aaron is humble, sweet, kind. Sober Aaron would be completely mortified of his recent actions and choices, from small, innocent things to big things. Sober Aaron used to want to sell his one chain because he was like, it's tacky, I'm way too old for this. Aaron on Xanax wears 10 chains and 10 rings like he's unrecognizable. When people used to stop Aaron on the street and ask him if he makes music, sober Aaron was so humble that he would just smile and be like, sometimes. Aaron on Xanax says he's the hottest thing in music, he's making a fool out of himself, and it's very hard to watch. She also shared this. Everyone makes fun of him, and it's heartbreaking because some of the new followers are just checking in and are watching him because to him, it's a joke. Including many people in the music industry. They are all making fun of him because they've caught him at his worst and they haven't seen where he was in his life prior to that. And that makes me sad and also angry because everyone is making fun of someone who isn't well, and that's not okay. He might not even remember half of this when he snaps out of it. Keyword if he snaps out of it. And then she said, as for his family, who he thinks are after him, along with the side with me and all of his former employees, his family is heartbroken and just want him to get help and go back to being him. When I got him sober in March, he's told me that no one came back for him after his madness, and he put people through, and that I did, and that's why I deserve the sober Aaron. That's no one ever gotten in the last 10 years. And I know that 90% of the things Aaron's been spitting out are lies. But the fact that out of the 12 months that I spent with him every day and night, 24/7, through absolute, sometimes chaos and good memories, one thing that he was honest about us was that he was truly him for those 3 months out of the year when he was sober, where he was sober. His family has confirmed that those 3 months they also felt that they were the closest to him for the first time in a very long time, and everyone just wants that person back. And then she shared a message that she wrote to Aaron that he never received because he blocked her. And it says, good morning, Aaron. My parents and I just wanted to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. I put together a little video just to remind you that you are very loved to every person in these clips and many more. Everyone in holiday is in pain. Everyone is very hurt, but the love for you have not left everyone's heart. And so it's safe to say that unconditional love that you've been looking for, you've found it. No matter how far you've pushed everyone away, these people still love and care for you. Everyone wants old Aaron back, including many of your fans. I spent an hour the other evening reading hundreds of DMs from your fans, even your old friends and neighbors from the Keys reached out. There are so many people that love you, Aaron, and they just want the old Aaron back. So I wanted you to know that on this holiday, how loved you are. So again, happy Thanksgiving, and I'm grateful to have had these wonderful times with you, these times that don't have to be behind you. You can still have times like this in your life and take the leap of faith. Lina, Mom, and Dad. And then she shared this, which was another thing that she sent to me. And these were things that she hasn't put out publicly, and she told me I could share with you. Aaron, please listen to me. I don't need to tell you who this is because you will know, because you know my heart. What is the point of this? What exactly are you gaining by losing completely everything? Why don't you want to turn this ship around? Do you not feel like this for the past 3 months? You have been in the middle of the stormiest ocean. I need you to peek your head out and grab my hand. Do you not miss the calmness and peace you had at home? But now it is just a house. You had a girlfriend. You had 2 beautiful dogs. You had a family, and everything was in wonderful, peaceful order. You threw it all away. No one took anything away from you. But you picked Xanax over family. I know when you cried to me before saying that the truth is you've always loved Xanax more than other people, but I never realized it was to this extent. You have surrounded yourself with people that don't give a flying F about you, but want what you can get out of for you and your own agenda. I feel like you must know that deep inside you're not stupid. Please stop. There's no more life in your eyes at all. Do you remember in April when you yourself were telling me how you remember how your eyes would look on Xanax and how you feel alive for the first time? Please turn the ship around. Get back to your seat. It's not too late for you to get everything that you've lost by doing the right thing. I've never steered you wrong ever because my love for you is selfless. Do you honestly think that people that are by your side now would be reaching out to you if they did terrible things to them as they have to me, still caring for you? I doubt it. Do the right thing by people who actually love you. Everyone misses the Aaron we knew. Okay. So she went on to tell me after all of that, again, these are her statements. But Aaron, when he was on the doctors, he admitted that he was on prescriptions for Xanax and other benzodiazepines. The doctors were actually shocked at the amount of medications he was on, and they told him they were worried about how many benzos he had been prescribed. I believe when he was on the show, he had prescriptions for at least 3. Now, according to her, she says that the breaking point in their relationship was that he began using again, and he came home and he told her that he had received a scholarship to Harvard and to Yale. And despite her effort to tell him that he had not received a scholarship to Harvard or Yale, he told her that they were going to be filming a reality show following him around his going to school at Harvard and Yale. She says that when he's on Xanax, he enters a phase of like extreme psychosis and delusions, and he's unable to sleep, and he's delirious, he's cocky, he is arrogant, he doesn't want anyone to tell him no. And when I was on trying to figure out whether or not this would fit the pattern of Xanax, I found a website called The Recovery Village that says that benzodiazepines can induce psychosis. And it says, while specific mechanisms vary from drug to drug, different substances can alter brain function in ways that disrupt perception and cognition. Benzodiazepines are among the drugs that can alter mental status by slowing response time, distorting normal thought processes, and causing people to see or hear things that aren't there. Physicians sometimes refer to the sudden onset of substance-induced delusions, hallucinations, and disorientation as delirium instead of psychosis. Delirium usually refers to brief substance-induced states, while psychosis is often, but not exclusively, used to refer to effects of innate disorders. In the context of substance-induced states, the difference in meaning between the terms usually has to do with how rapidly the symptoms develop. And if you've been watching him on lives, you'll notice that he has been seeing things, hearing things. He's convinced that people are out to get him. He has this conspiracy mindset where he literally believes that everyone has something that's going to happen to him. There's people that are there's gangs that are chasing him. There's all these things that are going on that he is experiencing, that a lot of people have been saying, well, it's his mental illness. And Lina is saying, no, this is his addiction to Xanax. So she asked me to be kind and to ensure that the message here is not that Aaron is a bad person, that what Aaron is doing is wrong. It's that Aaron is deeply sick right now, actively in an addiction, and he needs help. And she said he needs his fans and people that support him to not encourage this behavior and buy into these conspiracies, but rather encourage him to get help so that he doesn't end up dying. She is afraid that he will overdose and die as a result of Xanax. So at this point, I hope I did this well for you, Lina. I want to thank Lina for telling me and sharing with me today these personal messages to Aaron. I know that this is not an easy for anything, and I think if you guys are watching this from far away and on, just remember that like what you're hearing isn't the truth. She has said over and over to me and via our messages that the person that you're listening to is not who Aaron is and would be utterly embarrassed about his behavior, and he might not ever remember it when he wakes up, if he does. So I would encourage everyone that is watching him to ask him to get help, to reach out, to seek recovery. I know a lot of people in his family are asking him to do the same thing. And no matter what, when things like this are going on, just be mindful that while it might seem entertaining to watch this, this is someone that is clearly not in their right mind. I have been pretty open on this channel that there's something deeply wrong going on here and that he needs help. And I would say after speaking to Lina, I continue to believe that. And I want to thank Lina for sharing with me, as well as remind you that these are her statements. I was not able to speak with Aaron. He has not responded. He has admitted to using benzos. He was on the doctors and admitted to using them. Whether or not he will admit to an addiction remains to be seen, but this is what she is saying, and it seems to be consistent with what his sister said when she spoke to Shane Coyle, saying that he is not sober, as well as Lauren Carter, who also said that he is not sober. So if you are watching Aaron or are you a fan of Aaron, please get help. All right, you guys, if you have questions, comments, concerns, let me know below. I am here today for the rest of the day. And if you are a fan of Leslie Bass, we should probably say our deepest condolences to her sister Flossie, who lost her son Abram today. He was only 3 years old and he succumbed to a respiratory infection where he had been in the ICU for such a long time. And please say a prayer if you're a praying type, or think good thoughts for Crystal. No matter what has been going on between these channels, at the heart of all of this we are mothers first and foremost, and the pettiness that has been going on all ends should really just stop. Flossie has lost a child, Leslie has lost her nephew, and a family has lost someone that they deeply loved. And put aside everything today, think some good thoughts, send them some prayers, and just remember that there are way bigger things in life than stuff that's happening on YouTube and arguments between creators. All right, you guys, I will be back later. Bye.